Yo, guys, what's the boy? It's the kid, 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 it's the kid. Back in here, trying to live, trying to exist, trying to stay alive, trying to be the best guy that I can be. We are, of course, building up to the start of the season. The season begins. Yes, Neymar has a beer belly. Yes, Neymar is still looking extremely unfit as France build up to the, I think, Liga starts next weekend, I believe, and yes, Neymar does have a beer belly, and shout out to the guy who's that his belly is offside. But of course, remember, guys, I mean, the streams are going to come back. The first live stream, of course, is going to be this Saturday. It's going to be between your boys, Leicester City against Man City, and of course, the big one, things officially pop off next Wednesday. The Super Cup final, Villarreal against your boys Chelsea. Yes, the quest to take all the Infinity Stones officially begins. It officially begins Wednesday. Guys, the edge. Before we get into, news or so much, guys, I know it's preseason. And you can't say too much in preseason, but all I'm saying is this. The edge looks alright. The edge, see, he is now showing you hints of what he showed for Ajax. If somehow Tuchel, I told you, Lampard was from the road. Lampard, the guy's garbage. Frank Lampard, I never want to see your face again. Good quality player, Chelsea legend. As a manager, you were a flipping filthy disgrace. And if the England FA, I think for 1 second of sacking Southgate in place of Lampard, you guys are not sniffing a trophy for at least the next 1,000 years. But from what I'm seeing of Ziyech, the reason why I don't want to get too hyped up with the whole Ziyech thing is because it's a preseason. I told you, I don't rate friendlies. Friendlies are irrelevant to me. I'm about dot. I'm about degree of difficulty. I'm about, can you say what's up when it truly matters? But all I'm seeing is if Ziyech can somehow bring this amazing quality passing and amazing creativity, Chelsea are looking at. Okay, Chelsea are looking at. That's all I'm saying. Chelsea are looking pretty. Chelsea are looking at. So, guys, settle down. I've got my food and stuff here with me. Remember, guys, if there's anything you want to say during this whole live show or so forth, I would very, very much appreciate your donations via the super chats function. But of course, it's called dub. So if you send the super chats, aka a dub, I will read that out immediately, man. And also, as well as I always say, man, we're popping up the content crack. The best way to support your boy, half up, and support the football hots, the greatest and the realest football analysis on the planet, is by becoming a partner member. Patreon.com/half hope. If you're a partner member, you can gain access to exclusive videos as well as being able to download every single freaking hangout. And also is the best way to support your boy. And I appreciate the 18 patrons who already are members. So far, I appreciate you and I love you guys. So guys, man, we're here. We're so forth. Hopefully we might be getting Red Devils. Red Devils to this hill. It's going to be a bit late. So Red Devils today may just waltz in a bit afterwards. So we're looking forward to seeing him. But before we do that, look, man, I think without further ado, man, let me get my freaking mouse. Let's deal with the first one here. You see, I don't think Pep realizes that I'm winning. I'm winning. Because Pep needs to realize that every single time he does this, every single time, like the more money that you spend, the more you add to the argument that you need money to succeed. So for me, it's great because people say, oh my gosh, what are these guys doing? No. The more money he spends, it's great because that's why I'm even going to get with the whole Kane thing because people have been fearful. Oh my gosh, if Kane and Grealish go for Man City, it's going to be unfair. What they're going to do? I'm like, guys, relax, chill, relaxation. Keep yourself relaxed. So here's the thing: Grealish close to City. For me, this deal is pretty much going to happen, and I feel that this is a good signing. Let's start there. Let's start with love. This is a good signing, but as much as this is a good signing, this isn't a signing that's going to change things. I think this is a signing that just helps to improve Man City, but it's not a statement signing. A statement signing is United with Varane. You could argue Sancho, but even Sancho is not proven yet. But at least for me, I feel Sancho is the better player than Grealish, and Sancho has shown more, specifically in a Champions League than Grealish. So for me, Sancho is much more of a player who's done more than Grealish has done. So you could argue that Sancho was somewhat of a statement, but by 100%, Varane is a massive statement. If Chelsea were to get Lukaku, that's a huge, massive statement. This isn't a statement signing. He's a talented player. He's much loaded and so forth. He's pretty good, but he doesn't change much. I think outside of England, I don't think anyone rates. I don't even think anybody knows who the hell Grealish is outside of England. So he's not a guy who has made his mark on the world map because he plays for Aston Villa. So I mean, if you're a guy that plays for Aston Villa, I don't think many people are really going to know who you're about or what you're about. But I think for City, you always need to improve. I think what you just offer City is that creativity, playmaking, and someone to help help the De Bruyne. And I think especially in those games and those matches where City will always have possession, that always control the play. I think what Pep wants is I want a different idea. I want someone with a different idea, a different tact to try and the freak. I want someone with a different tact and a different idea to try and open up defenses, and I think that is what a Grealish represents. And I think for Grealish, this is a move that was needed. Some guys on Twitter, like before this actually happened, people were like, "Oh my gosh, now there's no way Grealish would go. Like he's gonna stay." I cannot believe how many people still in big 2021 still believe that players are going to be loyal. And I'm going to drop a bit very soon talking about club loyalty. Club loyalty doesn't exist, you freaking morons. There is no such thing as being loyal to a club. That is asinine and moronic to believe or expect any player to be committed to a football club. A football club is a place of employment. It's a freaking institution. It's not your family. It's not your family home. Now, you may believe it's like a family home because you grew up supporting the club and you're so close to the club. You've lived all your life. Good. Cool. Boohoo. In the real world, Grealish couldn't give a damn about Aston Villa. Now, he'll say he loves Aston Villa to you like in public, but in private, he doesn't give a freaking damn. In his mind is that, look, if at the very first opportunity I can have to move to a bigger club that can give me opportunities to win trophies, I'm out. Because I don't owe anything to this freaking institution known as Aston Villa. So I said again, look, man, it's not a move that changes anything for Man City. But the reason why I'm interested in this, because now let's see what you're made of. I think Grealish is a good player. I don't think he's a great player. I don't think he's this amazing, outstanding player that's going to really pretty much change things. But I think he's pretty good. I think But I think, I'd need to see more from him to see what he's able to do. Because I think that from what we've seen so far from him, he's not world class. He isn't like a Kai Havertz. He's even a freaking damn guy. He's not Ansu Fati. He's not, oh my gosh. I remember he's in that period of where you're not a young up and comer, but obviously you've not really hit your peak. So he's in that kind of like middle section there. So look, because the reason why I like this is he's been hyped up a lot. Does he deserve the hype? No. He is a good player. But I do believe that the media has hyped him up a lot more than he really should. Hence why I would have loved him to play more at the Euros. Now, if he had played more at the Euros, I don't think it would have changed anything for England. But it would have been interesting to see what he would have done if he had played more at the Euros, man. So, but the key thing to note here is this is nothing. This doesn't change the course of anything within the Premier League, this signing. And you see, people forget the figure. I told you, English tax. EPL tax is the player's valuation and add on 50 mil. or maybe 60 or 70. So the numbers don't mean anything. Everything's inflated. A dude called Benjamin White went for 50 million. Nobody knows who this dude is. So a dude who is literally a guy who sells fruits on the side of the road went for 50 million. So rather than say, because 100 million, like, it's like who the hell are you to go for 100 mil? You're not a young up and comer like a Foden or so forth. And you're not an established guy who's done anything in the world. So how in the hell do you go for 100 mil? But that's English tax is real. That's English tax is freaking real, man. So your boy Red Devil, man, is your mic working there, bro?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, man. What's up?
Yeah,
so
man.
general, because I need to just quickly grab my laptop. So just general thoughts on Grealish to City. What kind of effects do you think your boy Jack will have on Man City, and how much of a statement signing do you think it is? And then I'll be back.
100 million is 100 million is ridiculous. I think this makes. I mean, live chat, let me know. But this presumably makes him the most expensive British player, English player, of all time. I can't think of any other English British player this is like the first 100 million British English player, whatever. I think anyway. So let me know in the live chat. So but yeah, all I can say is that when we signed Sancho and Varane for about 110, which if you can combine, United said that we're gonna supposedly challenge for the league. If you're spending 100 million on Grealish and we don't know whether they're going to get on Kane. Mr. Man says Bale. No, Bale was 100 million euros, but he wasn't 100 million pounds sterling from what I recall. This Grealish is going to City for 100 million pounds sterling, which would probably make it 120 million euros or something like that. So yeah, I mean, what I would say is that you can't just say, because this now basically puts City prep spending under City in 5-6 seasons to over $1 billion. So going into next season, if this dude does not get into a final, let alone win the CL, it's got to be a failure, surely. Surely, I know people say, "Oh yeah, get Kane and such was different," but he's just spent another. Why are we just? If this was any other team, even Chelsea last season, everyone was like, "Oh, Chelsea spent 200 million. Chelsea spent 200 million. Look at what they spent." At least you have something to show for it. You spend 200 million in that summer. You obviously sell Hazard. You've got a Champions League, so fair enough. You got something for that investment. With City, we clearly know that they don't need to spend all this money to win the Premier League title, and the reason why they're doing this is so you have to ask questions.
Or you could just argue that they just want to ensure and maintain their legacy. So sometimes you get stuff that you don't need. Like I told you, I don't need that burger, but I'll get it. I don't need 2 packets of peanuts M&Ms, but I'm going to get it because I just want it, because I just want that those extra packets of M&Ms, even if I could just go across the road and get them.
I guess that's fair, but the same argument I guess could make for PSG. Yeah, we signed all this to maintain our Liga legacy, and it's okay, that's cool, I guess, so be Liga, dominant merchants, but I would suspect that the owners didn't make that significant financial investments when it comes up with the money just purely so they could just be focused on winning their respective leagues for the next 10 or something years. I mean, for goodness sake, do Bayern Munich need to spend that amount of money to maintain Bundesliga dominance, Juve and so on? So it's clearly obvious that you're doing that because you want to improve the team, which is fine, and compete the CL. Alex Ferguson did the same thing. He'd always signed 2 or 3 new signs to try and get that sort of momentum. But he has at least Champions Leagues as fruit of that,
But you see, the thing though is that, because it's weird, there are almost 3 people that judge Pep. It's the City fans, his employers, i.e. the Abu Dhabi group, and then it's us, the streets. See, the City fans just do better than Man United. Just finish above Man United and we're good. The thing, owners, we'd like the Champions League. We would like it, but as long as you're winning trophies, you're maintaining a
Problem-
successful brand. It's cool. And then now I have the street, which is us, that say, bro, you can't spend this much amount of money and not give me a freaking Champions League.
And
The
also,
heck?
the problem is that, like, this is the problem with sort of dynasty settings, that, like, whatever you say about United and what now, the fact is, they were still able to achieve a dynasty over such a long period of time. So the reality is that, okay, let's say Pep wins the Premier League again next season, doesn't win it, whatever. Whenever he leaves, or even if he's there, whatever, if United somehow win a Champions League or Premier League, you're not just going to exclude all the other stuff that was there. You're going to add that to what was already there. So this is the problem when you're kind of like, oh, we can need to just do a bit better than Manchester United. Like, no, you need to be establishing your own dynasty independent of what Manchester United are doing. Because it's like, let's just say even Villa. You know, I know Villa won their CLs like ages ago in the titles, etc. But if they were to somehow do it again, you'd be adding that onto what they already have, their history. You can't get rid of history. Like, it might be dormant, but you can't get rid of it. You can only add to it. So the problem I'm going to say is that if you're constantly going to think, oh, well, you got the Premier League, okay, cool, that's fine. But then what happens when, like most teams, you fade away, you don't become as competitive, because that's inevitable. That inevitably happens. What is the legacy? What's the dynasty that you're going to show? Oh, we won, 4 Premier League titles. Okay, cool. That's great. That's about the same as Chelsea. Not the Liverpool and United have won more. Great. That's it. You know what I mean? And so that's
no. I think the worst thing is how he sort of bigs up the fact of the Papa John's trophy. As in, like, that's crazy, because like I sort of like see like Pep. Sorry, bro, you can't make that a benchmark. Like, there is under no circumstance will I allow you to make the Papa John's Cup trophy a benchmark in football. That's just insulting to my intelligence, and it's insulting to the football fraternity. That's not happening. So it's like, I'm gonna need more from you. But I mean, put simply, do you think Grealish will succeed? Or how well do you think he will do?
Well, I mean, I guess a lot of it is the pressure on. I think, obviously, for him personally, it's like almost what you said. This is kind of one of those things where, like, okay, we saw him ball at Villa in a small club. Okay, how do we see him? Because the thing about going from a small club to big club is that when you're going to a big club, that big club is not going to allow as much space. So you and we saw positives in the Euros, but he's not going to get as much space as he had at Villa when he was able to sort of go out, dribble, create things. He's just not, because people are just going to put 10, 11 men behind the ball. And so it'd be interesting to see how effective he will be in that situation. But obviously, if we're talking about going to the next level, this is what Grealish needs. He wants to play Champions League football. He wants to be seen as obviously world class as Ibra, etc. Kane will obviously be looking at this going, damn it, I wish I was in that situation.
Yeah.
Although it's not over yet, to be honest. You don't know whether...
Yeah, no. I mean, before we do that, let me just hit some dubs, because we'll talk about Kane. Let me just hit some dubs. So from your boy YSK Jackson, who says, it's #champions minimum for Lep. Sorry, not sorry. I think this is like a goat emoji. You see,
sorry,
my thing
dropped. Fabrizio's just tweeted like, "Here we go." So basically, it's confirmed. I'll share the tweet if you want me to.
Wait, what's confirmed?
Grealish to City. Like, that's like, it's like done deal sort of. Do you want I've got share screened it here.
Wow. Damn, there he is.
100 million final fee. Contract also signed until June 2026. So that's 5-year deal.
On Thursday morning.
Yeah. So pretty much.
There we go. And also, Villa, they got their re-recruit. I mean, Leon Bailey is good. That guy is good. That guy is good. I think who did they also? I think
Ings.
And Red Devil. Thank God they've signed the Ings. So I don't have that Ings night hanging over me.
They've signed a striker, though. I mean, who have Chelsea signed this window?
Wait, see, we'll get there. We'll get there, bro. We'll get there.
Chelsea signed.
We'll get there. Relax, man. Relax.
Made 2 signings, and Chelsea were still waiting for them to do something in this window.
No, but what's the? But as Wise can say, look, of course it's champions minimum, But my thing is that you've already done this. Like, okay, wow, okay, you've won. Like, the only thing that will be interesting is, okay, now can you now do what Fergie did? Can you now win 3 in a row? That's probably the only new thing I'll say. Okay, can you win 3 in a row? Because I think Fergie's only got that won 3 Premier Leagues in a row. But you've done the whole Premier League
Twice, by
thing.
the
So
way. Did it twice, 3 in a row
he
twice.
did it twice. So and from your boy Zoteng TV, thanks for the dub. He says, why not get a proven winner like Koeman for 40 to 60 mil? It's pretty much about what he wants. Because the fact that he's gone for Grealish is he obviously wants another central creative playmaker as opposed to a winger. And also as well, like you've got Mahrez, you've got Sterling, you've got Foden. Do you really need another winger again? It's sort of it's pointless as opposed to let's now have another threat in the middle and somebody to walk off of the Bruyne. So the Grealish thing it makes sense, but my question is how well is he going to do? So let's move to our other topic, which of course our main topic is this one. Wait, have you been seeing videos of like Messi like diving into the water? He's like taking pictures next to like the Grand Canyon. Like the guy's just having a ball and just chilling out.
I mean, fair play. He's won the Copper, and he still looks in better shape than our Neymar friend over there. So
yeah, look. That Neymar thing was. I mean, that's basically it's a disgrace. That's a disgrace. But look, so what we're hearing is because obviously we'll obviously get to the whole La Liga money thing, but we'll just chop it up and down. So Messi is going to sign a contract, and it's probably going to be done sometime this week. Everything is done. Everything is agreed upon, and he's going to commit himself to Barcelona. You see, and my thing though is that okay, he commits himself to Barcelona, but it's because Messi is in such a weird place now, because you can just see that he's chilled. He's like, all right, I've got this whole difficult monkey off my back and so forth. I have this whole pressure. Nobody's saying, oh, you've never won this, you never won that, and so forth. Hence why Cristiano fanboys are now suffering because they don't have that argument over Messi now. So it's like, look, man, I'm good, I'm fine. So why do I what more does he have to give for Barcelona? What is the desire there for Barcelona as opposed to you're just being a statesman? Because I think for Messi right now, it's just making money. It's like, all right, because I'm sure it's still going to be a lucrative deal. He obviously likes Spain. He feels relaxed there. Because my thing though was, it's as we said on I think yesterday's show, that if Barcelona did not commit Messi to a contract, they'd be screwed. They'd be totally screwed. Shout out to your boy Depay, shout out to Go to his Griezmann and so forth. Those guys will not be able to carry Barcelona from now until January. Hell no. So the fact that you've got Messi in there, at least, it gives you a little bit of leeway and so forth. But I mean, my thing though is, I know Messi's going to drop 30, 35 goals. And he's going to drop assists and so forth. But what would that lead to? If all that gives me is a Copa del Rey title, what's the point? You might as well have gone to PSG or Man City. So the thing with Barcelona is, obviously, because it's linked to the whole Laporte story. If you don't surround Messi with quality players, what's the point? Because it's we just want to keep the player just to stats pad, even if his stats pad leads to nothing. It's similar to the whole Kane thing where you can score all these goals and so forth, but if you don't have a proper team around this amazing, crazy, once in a generation player, then it's pointless. I mean, do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I understand, but obviously he has an affinity. He's been with Barca since he was a kid. His family's there, they're settled there, etc. So I think he's just thinking of the long term at the end of the day. I don't think he's thinking about, clearly, if he was thinking about, I want to go for place and ambition, stuff like that, it was fine. There was clearly an issue with Bartomeu that probably didn't help. So that's obviously been resolved. So I think that, and at the end of the day, he is Mr. Barcelona, and whether that means that in the future he's going to take maybe a coaching role, or whether that means that he's going to maybe be in the sort of a club directorate type of sort of situation, no,
I think they said that. So
who knows? But at the end of the day, he's not going anywhere, and you know, I don't, I, you know,
No, no,
again,
no,
I'm not
no.
annoyed at Barca fans, but he's not going to win another Champions League at Barcelona at the current state, is he? Let's be real. So
no, no. Like as I said, like if Barca are not serious about building an actual team that is similar, not the same, but similar to 2015, 2011, 09, it doesn't matter how many goals he scores or how many crazy things he does. It's not going to happen because everyone needs help. Even the great Messi, everyone needs help. And if your help is that trash side chick, Griezmann, a dude who lives in hospital known as Usman Dembele, a dude called Goatweight. Bro, and Depay is good. Depay is good. Depay ain't David Villa. Depay ain't peak Pedro. You know, he ain't Etso and so on and so forth. So Depay is just, this is a good, another quality player. But, I mean, do you think that maybe Depay and Messi could be an amazing partnership?
Is Depay a defender? That's ultimately what it comes down to is Depay a defender, because I know D and defender, D and Depay and D defender have the same letter, but like they don't equate to the same position. And unless Depay somehow makeshifts himself into a solid centre back, I generally don't think it matters. I feel like I've been saying this for like 3 or 4 years now at Barcelona, maybe 4 years now, where like you need to sort out your defense, and Sergio Busquets needs to be retired. You know, like, or at the very least, he becomes a squad player. You need to have something better. But every season, like, oh, okay, so I'm going to see Sergio Busquets again. I'm going to see PK and Longley, and somehow we're going to win the Champions League. You know, I just don't. Oh yeah, we signed the buy. Great, cool, that's good. You know, like you signed Griezmann, like you signed Us, like you signed, like you've got you know, Ansu Fati on his play. That's great. You got attacking balls and shit, but you know, you need that set of needs to be sorted out.
No, but I think it's amazing how people still in 2020, 2021, and in all the years we've had of football, still don't realize how important having a quality defender is. It's crazy how naive people still are to believe that, oh, as long as we have an amazing attacker and so forth, boom, we'll just outscore the opposition. Yeah, we'll continue people. But no, you like look at what DS has done. Look at what freaking Van Dijk has done for Liverpool. Like right now, more so than ever, having even just one truly great defender can greatly change your team. And we'll even get to that soon. Let me just look, as I said again, I still think that Messi could have done something at Chelsea, man. You know.
We all know that song of yours. What was it? I know I haven't got the video yet. You know, so like Jadon Sancho walk together as one.
Look, I've had a few tracks. I've had a few tracks. No, honestly, look, I mean, no, Messi, especially if Chelsea gets Lukaku, Messi and Lukaku would have been alright, man. Messi and Lukaku, it would have been alright. I'm saying it would have been alright.
You guys are definitely getting Lukaku. Is that Are you guys definitely getting Lukaku?
We'll get there. We'll get there because it's getting in there. So from MT says, LL, this isn't 2008. The fans want the UCL and the Premier League. MT, City fans I know that I've met, and I'm sure Red Bull can back me up, they would like the Champions League. What they want the most is to do better than Man United. And what they want the most is to win the Premier League. Because not only winning the Premier League, but having one over Man United. City fans care more about having one over United than they do winning the Champions League. So it's facts. You know, it's just facts. As crazy as that may sound, City fans come this season were not that disappointed. They're like, oh well, we could have won. It would have been nice for us to win. But their main aims are we won. Who came second? Man United, yes. You know, and I just think that it's going to take a long time before City fans now begin to demand the Champions League. Because when you're now in a situation of demanding the Champions League, you need football heritage, which City don't have. They just don't have the football heritage or football history of success to now demand it. Real Madrid, from way back of the Stefano days and so forth, have now built up a football heritage as to where in 2021, if they don't win the Champions League, that's seen as a failure. So they're expected to win the Champions League every season, and they want to. And if they don't, they see it as a huge disappointment. City don't have the history that Real have, Barca have, even United have. Like, they've not even won the Champions League yet, as opposed to winning multiple European trophies. So until they win that first European trophy, they're never going to understand or be in a position to now demand that trophy. You've got to be in a position to where you won the trophy several times to now start to demand that, I want it, and so forth. From your boy Hassan, who says, did you see the Barca defense today? Messi, run, bro. Apparently they lost to Salzburg. 1-0.
I mean, come on. It's preseason, Salzburg. Like, all I said at the beginning was just it's imperative that Messi signs that contract.
Oh yeah, they're screwed. Like they're screwed. But see, it's funny that what Hassan says. If you're Messi, should you just sign based off loyalty? If you look at how these guys transfers is so garbage, and also because I want to get to a La Liga story about money that La Liga have now injected into the La Liga teams.
I've heard, yeah.
But the thing though is that if you're Messi and you're like, wait a minute, Tweedledee and Tweedledum, Dummy and Dumbo are still the two central defenders here. So you're still puts me. This is still the exact same situation as last season, but Pedri is now a little bit better, and we've now got Memphis, Tennessee. Pedri, quality player, really good player. Memphis Depay, I think he's a nice player, but he said neither Pedri or Depay are defenders. Yeah. So you can go to the same thing where you now score 2 goals, but you concede 4 and you're screwed.
Yeah.
But
Messi is essentially the reason why we're not going to see, like Barca in like La Liga Division 2 next season. That's the thing. Like, we don't have to get up that table again and see some of those teams.
Yeah. So basically, my Barca Lugo dream is dependent on Lugo pretty much getting promoted rather than Barcelona gets demoted, man.
Yeah.
So, what say you of this notion that if City gets Kane and Grealish, the Premier League is over, or it's almost like cheating?
It should be a treble at the minimum. There should be no reason why. Like, if they get Kane and Grealish, they need a treble at least. There's no excuse.
But do you think it's cheating though? Like, do you think, oh my gosh, you're making it unfair? Like, you're destroying competition.
The financial. I don't. There's the whole financial fair play thing. I don't.
Who cares about that crap, man?
So because I'm kind of like, okay, you would have. In order to do that, you would have to have spent almost close to 300 million. And it's like, okay, so how much of that have you actually generated from your club amongst all the other sort of things? I don't know. So it's just, but anyway, it doesn't seem to matter these days. But yeah, for me, you got to, it's a treble. You've got to, there's no excuses. There's literally, you've spent 300. I clown. I'm sure one can clown Chelsea, who kept on saying you spent 200 million transfers and you spent them on multiple players, like 5 players. But at least at the end of the day,
Kepa was free. Kepa was free. It was a gift. It was a gift.
I mean,
no. It was a gift. Like the money was a gift. It was a gift.
A very expensive gift that will basically play for you guys in January. So you need to depend on this guy. Okay, he's got to get you.
That's what you think. That's what you think. If Mendy has to fake an injury, he'll fake an injury. That's what you think.
I think he's loyal. He's quite a nationalist. He wants to play for Senegal and do his thing. So
yeah, I think his patriotism is going to be in check when there are threats towards his family come January. So
yeah, it's it's the most important thing is that, like, Chelsea get through that January period unscathed, and the goal difference doesn't go to like negative. That's important. But yeah, there's no, for me, there can't be an excuse. Like, if he, like, the league has to be a minimum, and then league minimum, and then he has to win the Champions League. I'll bet if there's some terrible referee decision, I might understand.
No. Like,
if he doesn't win the league and the CL after spending money on Kane and Grealish,
it's almost impossible for him not to win the league but trust me, the beauty about football is that sometimes 1 + 1 does not equal 2. Sometimes, what if, for some instance, if he gets Kane and Grealish, they somehow don't fit? it's like a bad fit. They don't play well because they should pretty much breastfeed the league if they get both of these guys, because you've gotten a guy who has consistently been high up in the goal scoring charts in Kane, and you have a guy in Grealish who will now help to assist De Bruyne in creativity. So it's like you put all those things together. It's like, bro, how the hell do you stop this?
That's what I'm saying. There should be no excuses there. Like if they get, even with the fact they signed Grealish, I still think, and I've said City favorites, so joint with Chelsea, who need a full season.
Oh, easy. Red Devil Ziyech is just trying to live. Red Devil Ziyech is just trying to live. He's trying to live.
Havertz
He's trying
as a number 9 looks absolutely sick.
Absolutely. Look, Red Devil Ziyech scored 2 goals today in a preseason friendly game. He didn't mean anything. He's just trying to live. He's just he's just doing his things.
And you've got Kante in there, and then you've got
just trying to live. Just trying to live. Doesn't mean anything.
These guys. So that's what I'm saying. So those two, the blue teams, there's I generally think it's going to be a title race between Manchester City and Chelsea. That's going to be the Premier League title race.
And United are where?
United are third. That's where United are. United are third.
No. You have to build up from second. You have to build up from.
No, you can't. No, not against.
Doesn't Gollum have an amazing record against City? So if anybody should be doing things City, and also, by the way, we have to secure our players as well. We have to secure certain players before anything of this stuff happens. So
Grealish and Kane at City, with all the other stuff they have. Obviously, they already have the Premier League title in hand, and then you're talking about Chelsea, who are the current CL winners under a manager like Tuchel, who, with a full season of the squad that he has, can potentially do bits. So, I just think that I just can't see. I'd just be interested to see what after this spending on Grealish and potentially Kane. I'd be curious to see what the actual if he doesn't perform in the CL and the Premier League. I'm just curious to see what the excuse is going to be.
Wait, Pep or Kane?
Pep. Kane.
Nothing is expected. I mean, you see, for Kane and Grealish, what this represents is okay. There's no hiding, because see, for Kane and Grealish, there's always an excuse of Grealish. Man, look, I don't have a strong team in Villa. Oh, Kane, look at me. I don't have a strong team in Tottenham. Now you don't have De Bruyne, you have Fernandinho, you have Gundogan, you have top tier players who have won the league 3 out of 4 times. So now you have no excuse of I don't have a very strong team, and look at what I'm doing. So now it's let's not see how you perform in that CL semi, in that CL quarter, in that FA Cup semi.
Not even a team, a squad. And this is the key thing that people like. City have it's not just they have a great starting 11, but that was the whole thing with Liverpool, was that Liverpool, I'd even argue to a certain extent, on a good day, Liverpool's starting 11 is probably still better than City's. If we're talking on a really good day, I still think Liverpool's starting 11 is better than what Pep will put as City's. If they're but as a squad, City's squad blows Liverpool's squad out, because if Salah's out, you're going to bring on Firmino, Origi, etc. So and that's been over 35 for a good season. It's the squad that wins you, because last season Kevin De Bruyne was out for how many months, and they didn't really miss it. Which also, FYI, how good is KDB really? But anyway, they didn't need it.
The guy's overrated, man.
All these people. So, Grealish adds to an already good enough squad. So there's no reason again why they shouldn't win the Premier League. And I'd argue the Champions League, because again, they also have one of the best squads in Europe. They have. I just don't get what the excuse is, aside from just Pep Guardiola is the GOAT, so he can do no wrong, and if he does, it's because of someone else. So
let me just take some dubes, and then we'll get to some interesting stuff from your man, YSK Jackson, who says Larry exits and Spurs land a trophy narrative. That would be one of the greatest narratives of all time. but the thing about that is that narrative is so sweet, it's so good, it won't happen. A narrative that's good, it doesn't happen.
It needs to be the Carabao Cup. This will be the year where Tottenham City in the Carabao Cup final again, and Tottenham win it, and they beat
and
Pep's
then
they take
Son,
Pep's
and then Son
trophy from him,
scores the
and
winning.
Son
No,
scores the winning goal. That has
no,
to
no.
happen.
It'll be too perfect. It'll be too perfect, man. But look, I told you, look, because I saw a bit of Tottenham. Granted, Tottenham were playing against Chelsea's C team with the likes of Bakayoko and
Ooh,
so forth.
HH,
But
Sam has a good point. They can win the Conference League. You know what I mean? Spurs are in the Spurs are in the Conference League. Like I can't remember what the theme. What's the theme of it again? Like,
no, I mean, no. My thing, the fact that they got a composer to take time out of his schedule and so forth to sit down and compose a theme for the Europa Conference League is that's just wild. That's just wild. That's just I mean.
Are you going to cover it? We need to cover some of these where these games are being held. Like so
Bro,
like
look,
Alcatraz and stuff.
I'll tune in for the semi because again, I'm not covering a game that takes place on Krypton, Metropolis, or Gotham, man. Sorry, but I think that's a bit too much for me. From your boy Brian, man, Brian K02 says HH is about to transfer to the Terrace for 700 mil. Look, I told you, me and Terry, we go way back. I mean, wait, did you used to watch Fan Pack Live?
Yeah, back in the day, like I tuned in a few times, not religiously, but like I saw it around. Yeah.
No, like because like we literally just had a whole crew of all of us that used to do Fan Pack Live. So yeah, me and Sarah, we go way back like many years ago. Obviously, that fell through. His Terrace is obviously blown up like crazy. And yeah, I just I pop in and out for that, but I know Terry because we used to do Fan Pack Live. Because obviously Fan Pack Live was made by this company who just got together all these different YouTube channels to come together as one, but they effed up to the back. They didn't know how to manage it. But Terry was like, all right, screw you. I'm going to do this thing properly, So, but yeah, you'll be seeing me on the terrace, a few more times and so forth. Maybe me and Terry will be cooking up some interesting things, man. But there's no transfer, man. I have committed my life to getting the UCL for the football hots, man. So we're getting the World Cup, the AFCON, and the UCL. We're getting the 3 Infinity Stones for the football hots, man. No way.
Ooh, oh yeah, AFCON coverage is gonna be good. That's gonna
be good. From your boy Suleiman, who says, I swear, if we get spanked in the CL again, that's a great segue. If we get spanked in the CL again, Suleiman is a Barca fan. Which brings me to this.
We're talking, yeah. What about the group stages, man? Anyway, go on.
Easy. Barca. See,
bro. If you see the draw, because like Barca and Madrid obviously are going to be in pot 2 because they're not like obviously didn't win the league. So if you look at the way the draws are, they can be easily give some groups.
Red Devil, I'm saying this right now. Barca fans, listen loud and clear. If Barca don't get through the group stage, I think Messi will walk. And he will take a jet straight over to Miami. Because he has a private jet. If they don't get through the group stage, that is an insult too far. He's going straight to Miami. Facts. But like, speaking on that Barca, Laporte. So, Laporte's he was expressed that he wanted to leave before the Euros.
That's true. Yeah.
Now, what Tottenham are thinking, and a deal that's a possibility, is 120 and Laporte. So basically, so what is it? So Tottenham would say that they want 120 for Kane with Laporte, which I think is a great deal. I think that is a great deal because you cannot pass down Laporte with Romero, and you have 120 as well.
Yeah.
So, but the issue is that Laporte doesn't, obviously, because he's obviously Spanish, he wants to go to La Liga, which opens up Barcelona. And I think, I think it goes back to the points we're saying about Messi. Longley is garbage. He's garbage, full stop. PK used to be good, although I do have a PK theory that he was never great. He just benefited of playing in a system that's benefited him, and Puyol and Ramos helped him a lot. But Puyol, I don't think, was ever that great a defender. He just played with great defenders who helped him look great. Similar to like John Stones. Stones is not a great defender. He just plays with really good defenders who help him look good, like in Maguire and Diaz. So, but PK right now is gutter trash. So you have two gutter trash central defenders who have needs on someone. I don't know who. So if you're Barcelona, surely your priority before this window ends, your priority is get a really good defender. And I strongly believe that Koeman, Laporta, and so forth believe that they don't need a strong defender, that their team as a whole will be able to defend well as a unit. But no, just a really good individual defender who knows how to defend and can read the game really well can save you so many goals. Because you want defenders that, like, one mistake can lead to a goal. One mistake can lead to a goal. And that goal that you concede could stop you from getting that 3 points or lead to you getting 0 points. So that defender,
Barcelona 8 goals.
Yeah, or 8, or 8 or 4, Just wait. How much did they hold against PSG? Was that 3 or 4 against PSG? Oh, I think that was 4. Was that 3?
Yeah, that was. No, it was 4, wasn't it? Well, Mbappe scored a hat trick, but I have a feeling someone else scored in that game as well last season. I think Mbappe. Romano in the chat.
Yes, I think Moise Kean.
Was it 4? Yeah,
4.
exactly.
It was. I mean, you see this. I mean, like.
Suleiman says 5. No, it wasn't 5. No,
it wasn't 5. It wasn't 5.
PSG didn't score 5 against Barca.
No, it wasn't. Relax. It wasn't 5. It wasn't 5. Shut up. So this is okay. Like, but see, to get cannibalized so consistently year after year, like, it makes us like it's staring at you right in your face. Get a strong defender because these two defenders are crap. I mean, if you look back at the footage, I know it must be hard for Barca fans. You look back at the footage of the nightmare at Anfield, bro. PK and so forth were just standing around doing nothing. That is peak bad defending, not being switched on for a corner kick.
I can't believe that there isn't even at least anyone in their academy. Like I know we're talking about sign and they should, but there's got to be at least one player in there. Like, I don't know what's happened to the Barca academy, but it's got to be you've got to have at least one young player. Like, every team has at least one maybe young player that, like, maybe is look good, they could just step on, but can't be worse than, like, United. I know that Twansibi and even Mengi are better than Phil Jones. There's no way Phil Jones is going to touch the field ahead of Twansibi and Mengi. So I'm not saying Longley and are at Phil Jones' level, but I just can't believe that they don't have at least one youth product.
No. I believe that Longley has needs on someone, and PK is just using guilt and seniority and the fact that he's Catalan. So he's like, because I'm Catalan and I mean so much, and because obviously people get along with him because he's a popular character in Barcelona. He's using that to basically guilt trip everyone. So he's using his influence. Like, Longley makes no sense. See, PK, even if you should be cutthroat, people are like, well, he did bring, a lot for Barcelona and so forth. And he did score that amazing goal in 2010 Inter Milan second leg. Longley, you've done nothing. You've literally contributed nothing but just play crap. So I just don't get it, because it's like, it's like, even if it's harsh, like, the beauty of Van Dijk is he hardly makes mistakes. Obviously, make 1 or 2, but he hardly makes any mistakes. You see, what you want is for the opposition to now have to work to beat you. What you don't want is where you give the opposition a chance to beat you by you making mistakes. And that's what these clowns constantly do. They constantly make mistakes. So if Laporta wants La Liga, freaking do everything in your power to get the freaking dude, man.
And they don't even have to get Laporta. They're rather, like, even, as much as I clown Victor Lindelof, I still think he's a better defender than Longley and PK right now. Like, there are, like, no one is saying they have to get necessarily a world-class centre-back, just better than what they have. And they are, like, I would, I'm not trying to be biased, but I would say that the United defenders are the centre-backs anyway, aside from Phil Jones, are better than Longley and PK. Not just United, but there are others. I'm sure even, are you saying Zuma couldn't improve that Barca? Like, this is the thing. There's so many centre-backs
because they're so bad.
They have.
Yeah.
So I just don't so that's what perplexes me more. It's like it's not that they should go and get, if they don't get Laporte, it's over. It's like, no, there are other centre backs out there that you can get a deal from that are maybe a 40, 50 million that can work. Why aren't you being linked with why aren't you being linked with at least 4? You should be being linked with at least 3 or 4 multiple different centre backs, and you're only tenuously linked with Laporte, and that's it. I don't get that. That doesn't make sense.
So let's get some dubs, man. So from your boy YSK Jackson says sport. Oh gosh. Wait, have you read Harry Potter?
No, I never read it as a kid. Actually, it's one thing in Star Wars I've not been into. But I get the general memes and stuff like that.
So basically, he says Spurs to win Europa Conference League in Azkaban. Basically, don't be surprised if the semi-final or final takes place either in Helm's Deep or Minas Tirith. Because my thing is that.
By the way, bro, your man, you got to cover it because your man Uncle Mo's in it as well. Roma are in the Conference League, so Jose's like, bro, I'm gonna win trophies. I win trophies where I am, so you need to cover Uncle Mo and Roma, man, back to his best. So, Roma Spurs final Conference League.
You see, like, that's messed up. You see, I don't even want to just address that because that's like that. We say that's not fair.
Does he become the GOAT if he's the first manager to win the Conference League, man? He'd be the first manager to win the Champions League, Europa League, and Conference League. Does he now become the GOAT? A European treble, man.
I'm gonna ignore that. From Hassan, who says Gerrard won a trophy with Jimmy Traore. Kane is overrated. Look, Kane has always been overrated. Like, that is why I want to now see. Now, here's the funny thing, though, is that you see, whatever Kane wins with City means nothing. Like, there is no dud when you win for City. Same thing with PSG. When you win an Uber Eats with PSG, it means nothing because it's like there is no dud there. But if you're to do anything with Spurs, that is dud. So, but I think in Kane's point of view, I just don't think that the guy gives a damn. But yeah, look, what Gerrard did in 2005 is a miracle. What Liverpool did in 2005 is a miracle. Hence why I have zero respect for that Milan team because I still don't understand how that stuff happened, man. So La Liga, man, they got the money. I don't know how this was done. Apparently, they sold a stake in something to some company or so forth. I don't know whether the company is legal, but they got about a few billion money in checks. Because I read that Real have, I think, 200 million to now spend, 200 million euros to now spend on players. This is huge. This is huge.
Oh, sorry, not to but see, from what I read, the impression I got is that only a small proportion of that, like maybe 10-20%, is going to be on transfers. So the money it's more of like a development.
For the league,
or something like that for the league, So even for the clubs, I think was it Madrid Barca get 200 or something like that. But out of that some of that's supposed to go to like development or whatever, but only a small proportion of it is actually going to be spent on actual players. Was from what I read, from my understanding of it. So it's not that you now got £200 you can now spend on getting Mbappe for 100 something. It's like no. Out of the 200 something, it's like maybe like 40, 50 million or something like that.
But I read specifically that Real Madrid have 200 million euros of transfer spending due to this.
Well, it looks like I've just seen some troll. I think trolls are back. I think Queen of England or something. Just
trolls.
Ban them or something.
Hey, here they are. The trolls. Interesting, man. Yo, mods, man, mods. Help me out, man. Mods. So, my thing, though, is how much do you think this will help La Liga, though? That's the thing. because the thing is that these guys need help to buy players, man. You know.
No, I agree. I'm just wondering whether like it's interesting. I don't know how much of that money, just from what I read and saw, and I said maybe I'm wrong, but from what I read on the story, like it was only a small proportion of that money that was going to be specifically per club on transfers. Most of it was more like I don't know, like development. So I presume that probably means maybe stadium, maybe like some of it also because we've got to bear in mind how much money a lot of these clubs have lost due to the pandemic as well. So possibly some of that is also goes towards like administrative fees, recovering debts, all the rest of it. So I don't. I guess what I'm saying is I don't sort of see this as like now Madrid and Barcelona are going to go on a massive transfer spending spree. I'm going to buy the top class quality players as they've just got a bit more financial stability now going into the following season, especially after the fallout. I do think it's fascinating given the whole fallout of the Super League that effectively, Perez, especially who spearheaded it, is effectively being rewarded with money, which just goes to show you just how corrupt football is because
everything is corrupt in football, man. Like I told you, there are no good guys in this game. There are no good guys in this game. Everyone is corrupt. And I told you, even the ways in which they got this money, do you think it was legal? Hell no. But it's like, bro, we need to survive because my thing was, is the money enough for Barca or Real or even Atletico to make any big signings this summer? Because that's why I say that you have to just give it to the Premier League. I don't know how they do it. Look at what's happening to Inter Milan. Obviously, we'll get to the whole Lukaku story. The Premier League has obviously created an environment where they can never be in this financial situation that Inter obviously find themselves in, hence where they're selling everyone. Where even Real have themselves where they have to now let go of Ramos, Varane, and so forth. And again, so obviously this way it goes more so to how badly managed financially a La Liga is. Because again, you look at the Premier League, I think they said like the relegated team in the Premier League got more money than Inter Milan. So the 20th team in the Premier League got more money than Inter Milan, who won their league. That's insane. That's insane. So obviously, if the money isn't spread around fully, properly well, then you're screwed.
No, I think one of the things about this deal is that it seems to, from what I'm reading, again, like it seems to be spreading to like a lot of the lower clubs as well. So that fundamentally is the I think that fundamentally is the big thing, is which is why the Premier League has been so competitive. Is the distribution of wealth.
Yeah.
And then obviously the combine that with the investment from multi-billionaires, and it is what it is. Whereas in the Liga and Bundesliga, the unfortunate problem is that most of the TV rights, distribution, money, sponsorship is held by the top teams, and so the other teams don't get that piece of the pie. And then as a result, if you're a multi-billionaire or something like that, do you really want to take the risk of actually investing in that football club where you're not necessarily going to get as much dividend or return from it, because you're not getting a lot from TV rights, from sponsorships, etc. You haven't almost, unless you have like a lot to blow, like your sheikhs and Qataris and stuff like that can just take some mediocre Man City club and then just make them something. It's a risk, taking a Elche or Huesca or whatever. You know what I mean? Like you can't because they're not.
There's no money that can be generated.
So it's so much interesting, a cash injection. I just don't think that they're going to necessarily use it on.
Hence why it's so important, because it's funny. Like on Twitter, there's this picture of Messi with Neymar, Paredes, Di Maria, and so forth. And then there was a caption that I read that, I think it's Javier Tebas, who is the La Liga president, that he saw that picture and he immediately just quickly to inject money, because he knows that if La Liga lose Messi, then they're screwed.
What I am interested in, and this is where I'm interested in legal things, is that, because I don't know much about this because they've basically sold a 10% stake in the Liga to this private equity sort of firm. And I find it fascinating because people are celebrating stuff like that. But I'm thinking interesting because I do wonder the precedent that this sets for leagues in the future, where like you like potentially selling different shares or different percentage shares in a product, and what that actually means for the distribution of the game going forward. Because I don't know where this company is based or where it is, but they might think, oh well, we have 10% share in this, so we're going to. So you know what? We want you guys to play in America.
Yeah. There we go.
We want
This
you guys to do
slippery
this.
slope. Slippery
Yeah.
slope.
So like, and if you're now going to so I know people are like, oh yeah, we're gonna get money. Yeah, people look at the money initially like, yeah, great, we're fun, but
Who's giving you the money?
who's giving you the money? Where's it coming from? What is there's nothing, we know this, there's a life in it. There's nothing in life that's fully for free. There's nothing things are too good to be true. And I do think that this opens up the precedent of other big corporations coming and doing the same thing. Maybe the same corporation getting more and then changing the way that, so when fans go like, oh, the game is being ruined, football, traditional stuff, it's like, well, this is the same thing that happened to the Premier League in 1998. We're like, oh yeah, here's the rights, here are the things, we sell them off, etc. And look what happened,
But see, that's why they want the Super League so badly, because what the Super League represents is ownership. So what we have is we can now own all of our finances. We're not at the behest as to anyone, and we can now fully maximize the profits and the revenue of our extremely popular institutions. So we have our own TV model, we have our own TV rights, we own the TV rights, we own all the broadcasting rights, and we get all that money, and that financial power can be fully generated and equally spread out through everyone within the league. It's like, because even if, as I said, see, from a financial point of view, the Super League makes amazing sense. It makes 2000% financial sense. It's just that it's anti-sporting and specifically anti for football. Like American sports isn't UK sports, but if you're a Perez now, Laporta right now, even the Inter PP, like my gosh, Super League is, my gosh, that is a freaking dream, because right now that means that we now have proper super financial stability, because obviously we don't feel we're getting a proper share of UEFA, because UEFA obviously hogging most of the money that could easily be given to us based off the extremely expensive TV rights for the Champions League, based on how many people watch the Champions League because of how many teams are in the freaking Champions League. So it's why people wanted the Super League, guys.
Oh yeah, but like I said, this is where football is going. So I think anyone thinking that they're going to hold on traditional type of football is, and I generally think the next, because I remember you did a show a while back about like where do you see the football changing, etc. And I generally think that we're going in a time where, like, because of stuff like this, that because they need to make the money, need to market, need to know that you're going to get La Liga games being held in New York during the season, because you need to make the money, you need to expand the market. Same thing in Beijing and China, if they allow them to go in. Same thing as Derby, etc. That is literally going to be a thing, and there's nothing you'll be able to do about it.
All right, man. Let's hit it. So I think Suleiman said, thank you for the dub. He says that, I think he said, I meant 5 goals considered over 2 legs. Okay, see, that's better. So Barca considered 5 goals over 2 legs against PSG, which is an improvement. That's an improvement on conceding 4 against Liverpool and 8 against Bayern. But still, you're still getting raped, which is not ideal. Again, Chelsea, I'm sorry, Barca, if you're smart, go all out for Laporte. Rob a bank if you have to. But I want to ask you this, Redo. So obviously Van Gaal has now confirmed as the new manager of the Netherlands and so forth. Shout out to boy Louis Van Gaal taking obviously.
Fair, no?
He's back. So he obviously took these guys back to, well, he took them to the semis of the 2014 World Cup. So shout out to him. He did his thing. So just in terms of you, and also they came third. I think they beat like Brazil like 3-1 or something. So that was actually the aftermath of the 7-1. So how would you rate him during his time at Man United? Do you think he was given a fair deal? Good, bad, so forth?
Oh, his football was painful to watch. I can't remember watching so much. The football.
Okay. What was Van Gaal or peak tiki taka? during the Barca early days?
What? No, Van Gaal here at United. I think it just maybe because we just didn't have the players for him, and so it made it worse. But like I can't remember. I still remember just the football was boring. It was so painful, and I remember in particular like we were at home and we pretty much did that kind of tiki taka thing, and then I can't remember the striker where it was. It wasn't. It might have been Charlie Adams, actually. Not Ings. I think it might be Charlie Adams. He scored a goal, like just like nicked the ball, scored the goal 1-0, and we kind of like, oh, okay. And then we couldn't score. We kept on passing on. It's like, are we gonna like attack the goal from some point? To make matters worse, I recall, I think it was in the League Cup. I think it was in the first. I remember one of the most humiliating defeats where we lost. He played youngsters, and I get it, but we still lost to some like second tier League 2 team, like from basically the Queen of Scunthorpe. Morecambe playing the same way. I was like, nah, this. And again, like I said, maybe he just didn't have that players, but at the same time, he did spend. I have more empathy for David Moyes than Van Gaal because he's the one that got Di Maria and then sold him, who I think would have been.
Wait, but did he win a trophy though?
He won a trophy. He won in his second season. He won the FA Cup. So fair play to him. But then he came fifth.
More than Solskjaer.
Yeah, but
it's a trophy.
It's a trophy.
Solskjaer hasn't won a trophy. At least he won a trophy.
The football was bad though. I couldn't. Like, I get it, the trophy, but sometimes like you do have to enjoy what you're watching. Like football fundamentally isn't an entertainment sport, and like I couldn't watch Manchester United because it was like watching paint dry. It was that bad. And at the end of the day, like we know the standard for the board is that you have to achieve top 4 at least. Trophy or no trophy. Champions League football at a minimum is what it is. So he didn't get Champions League football like David Moyes and obviously Mourinho so he got sacked. That's why I said it. Like Ollie will get sacked if he doesn't get Champions League football next season. Simple as that.
I think the thing with Van Gaal, man, is because I remember Van Gaal from '95 with Ajax, and then, of course he then obviously had the Barca team with Rivaldo, Figo, and so forth. So the guy has definitely been around, and I think he retired. So I think he's actually coming out of retirement to come and coach the Netherlands.
Oh yeah, he retired.
Yeah. So because for me, like and obviously there's that amazing meme, obviously when he's basically down on the ground like this, everything. Yeah. But see, my thing with Van Gaal is, and that is the danger that some managers need to accept, is that the game has changed and the game has moved on, and you have to evolve. So if you've now retired, been totally out of football, and you now come out of retirement to now manage, if you're now bringing in what you had before you retired, football has not passed you by. So do you now know how to deal with the whole guiding presence and so forth?
Yeah, exactly. Tiki-taka football, is not. It's I would say it's almost dead, if not on its last legs.
Even Pep doesn't necessarily use that to that extent.
No.
Like Pep, yes, he does it, but he still tries to blend a bit much more attacking and directness and pragmatism to his game. So what you have to realize in management is you always have to try to evolve. Even if you may have your philosophy, you have to still tweak that of your philosophy. So, because the Netherlands team, like, I just think that De Ligt just screwed up. If De Ligt doesn't go crazy and just go brain dead, Netherlands beats Czech Republic in that game. You just had that one moment of just craziness. But I think Frank de Jong is a damn good midfielder. Really good midfielder. And I'm now really beginning to see just how good he is. Depay is a damn decent player. You're not seeing what Wijnaldum can do. So I think if Van Gaal is able to get the best out of these players, but also update his management and his theory to now, maybe they can do something. Are they going to win the World Cup next year? Hell no. Because again, they don't have Robin or Van Persie. They don't have any kind of truly definitive high quality players for them to say what's up. And I think he can do, like, if you think about 2014, that team wasn't that great. Remember, that's 2014 team. Yes, they had Van Persie, who was over on his last legs. That team was carried by Robin. Would you like to know? Robin carried that freaking team. And see, if I was Van Gaal, you've come out of retirement. I've already said that I don't accept Robin's retirement. And I still believe that he's going to be in that World Cup. Pick up the phone and call Robin. Because you can laugh what you want.
Is Robin retired or not? I can't.
I don't. No, he's not. He's not. He's still playing. I don't recognize his retirement. I don't recognize his retirement. So, because remember, Van Gaal, Robin took you by himself to a semi in 2014. He can very easily help you do the same. So, Van Gaal, if you know what's good for you, because Robin can still do it right now. He can still do it at his age. Get Robin out of his slippers and so forth. Tell him to put the cereal down and bring him in and allow him to now say what's up, man. I mean, like, what based off of the Euros and so forth, I mean, how bright do you think the Netherlands' future is? Wijnaldum, Van Gaal, Frenkie de Jong. You obviously have the Dumfries kid. Malen is trash. Weghorst is trash. De Ligt. Under Van Gaal, I mean, what can the Oranje do?
Oh, it's very bright. It's definitely very
bright.
Hey,
red, white, and orange, yeah.
Yeah,
the advert, the phone, isn't it?
No, I mean, like it's like the thing is what I would say about Van Gaal to his credit is that he did promote and develop youth. That was always his thing, and that's one thing that I did really appreciate about him, like giving youth chance, and working with them. Like he was the one that he's the one that gave Marcus Rashford his chance. Like if Van Gaal wasn't at United, I'm not saying he wouldn't have got a chance, but like I just don't think he would have gotten a chance as readily, if that makes any sense.
Because
so
that's his big thing. It's like remember how young that Ajax team was. So Van Gaal is very much a guy who he believes in the youth and will always throw the youth in. Hence why those Ajax guys that won the Champions League in '95 were just a bunch of young guys he believed in from the youth team. Yeah. So
exactly. So that he's going to develop youth and give them the youth opportunities.
Also, look quick. Doesn't he look like Trump?
I can sort of see it, but
he sort of looks a bit like Trump.
I think that's just because of the the sort of the potential kind of fake
the double chin and so forth.
Double chin, yeah, so the retired beer belly, that type of scenario, So, but yeah, no, I think I think he was good as a Netherlands club beforehand. I think he's not good enough for club high tier club football. But I think as a Netherlands coach, yeah, I mean, I'm surprised that they didn't get him. I'm surprised they went for what's his name, our man, Frank de Boer.
De Boer.
In the first praise Koeman. Like I don't get why they didn't go from Koeman to him, because if they did, I think they probably would have been a bit more successful at this European Championship.
That's not bad. Yeah, you can see it.
I can, yeah.
Basically, if you heard that these guys were brothers, you'd be like, oh yeah, I can see the resemblance.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. Okay. Not when I think maybe it's because I can still picture Van Gaal speaking, and it's just kind of like, because he's obviously he was learning English stuff like that. So, but it was at times like he was like say stuff, and you're like, bro, what's going on? So stop. Let's just stop. Let's just stop. No.
Yeah. No. Look, that was trash. But the thing is that I like really, really bad jokes. So that's the thing. Okay, so let's get down to business, man. Red Devil, man. I think
it's confirmed that he wants to come back.
It's getting close. It's getting close. So I think what I've heard. Again, shout out to your boy Terry Flewers. A bid has been accepted, and it's just the paperwork now needs to be done. But you see, so I want to see. For me, I want to look at the Chelsea angle here, and the what the F is happening to Inter Milan angle here. So from the Chelsea angle is, I'm now accepted. Okay, this is what it is. Haaland is gone. It's done. Now accept what is now realistic to happen. And as I'm viewing this, he can score goals. He is a good goal scorer. He's a good striker. And he's an improvement on the trash dude that we currently have. So I'm like, okay, let's do this. But I don't want to now jump up with full excitement because I have questions over what he cannot do in big games. But here's the thing, though. Him coming up in big games is not fully needed because Ziyech looks to be playing well. You obviously know what Mount can do. You obviously know what Havertz can bring. So, basically, the fact that this team managed to come top 4 and win a Champions League without a striker, and one of the players scored, I think, 9 goals in 12 starts, shows that, okay, these guys can somehow still win games and come through without a striker. So if you don't bring in a guy who, if let's Lukaku could just drop 20 to 25 and everyone else chips in, it puts Chelsea in a very good, healthy position. Because obviously, under Timo Werner, bro, that stuff ain't happening. So look, man, I said again, it's a positive move. It's a positive move because I think the main thing is get a striker. But here's my thing, though. It's interesting that Lukaku wants this because I would have thought that he wouldn't want this. I would have thought that, all right, Chelsea, you discarded me. You didn't believe in me. I've gone to Inter Milan. I've now proven myself here after all of this vilification I had as Man U, United, Tims, you're trash, blah, blah, all the memes. I've had an amazing season. I led these guys to the league title. I was instrumental in breaking a 9-year dominance that Juventus had. The fans love me. Why would I now want to come back to Chelsea? Because I think they said that he's got unfinished business. So just from Lukaku's point of view, I don't know why he would come back. But if, let's say, it is true that he wants to come back, maybe in his mind, I started here. This is where I did start. And I feel that I want to come back. It's similar to Pogba, where even if Pogba went to Juventus and so forth, because he started at Man United, he felt that, you know what, this is my true home, my true calling. I want to go back. See, it just shows that from us on the outside, we just don't know. See, from the outside, it looks like, oh, geez, the fans love you. They adore you. They freaking drew a mural of you based off of the thing. For me, I'm like, my bro, like, one thing that everybody wants in life is to be loved and to be adored. As the saying goes, go where you are celebrated, not where you're tolerated. You know, and you are celebrated here. Now, if you go to Chelsea, it's a risk because first you have to believe in your powers and so forth, and then there's the whole Chelsea striker course and so forth and everything. And now you have to perform because you now have to now start almost from square one because new sets of players, new tactics, new environments. And how, because you see, there's so many angles because then there's the Conte angle where he works really well with Conte. And I'm sure that Conte and Inzaghi may be similar in that they're both pragmatists, but I'm sure that what Inzaghi does is very different from what Conte does, specifically with training and the instructions that he gives Lukaku. So maybe once Conte left, Lukaku was like, all right, these guys are not serious. You know, you've lost Hakimi now and so forth. So I don't know whether these guys are going. Chelsea product looks really good.
By the way, if you do sign him, I just want to give a thanks to Advance for the sign-on fee that we'll obviously get if you sign him.
What?
I think it's like somewhere between 5 to 10 million. I think that you will just get because there's a sign-on fee. So if
Chelsea have to pay you 5 to 10 mil.
Well, I think it'll probably be Inter. So obviously you'll be paying Inter, and then that money will go directly to Manchester United. I think it'll be
and where are you going to and how will that money be used? Will it be given to charity?
A very good chance it's going to go into the Glazers' pockets. So, but you don't know, or it might be, or maybe we can use that fee to give to Pogba and be like, yeah, Pogba, here, stay for another year or so. Here's like the 10 million or so that you can use. But it's just a thanks in advance anyway. So from that sign-on stuff, But no, I hear you, HH. You know, my only feel Lukaku is just it's the same thing. It's the expectation. It's the same thing with Grealish. Like anytime there's 100, I mean, I know with Havertz, I think the thing is, had Chelsea not won the Champions League, I think Havertz would definitely have been clowned a lot harder than he did because he did. It's like, okay, yes, you cost 100 million, and yes, to be honest, you didn't do that great all season, but you won the. It could partly. But
no, Red Devil, ignore that comment. I'm just playing it over. Don't acknowledge that comment.
we're getting him
Nonsense.
next season anyway. That's going to be in for him anyway. But yeah, like it's the expectation. At the end of the day, there is an expectation. There's always an expectation on 100 million plus players. You know, I mean, this guy's a Barca fan. I mean, just chill with it. So,
it's true. As a Barca fan, you shouldn't be talking so much,
chill.
man. You shouldn't be talking too much.
We don't need any more eights. So yeah, like it's just going to be the expectation at the end of the day. Like, and I know Chelsea fans have got more. I would argue United fans have more tolerance than Chelsea fans. I think you
Red
guys,
Devil. We need all this. Like, you see, here's my thing. I need Pep to suffer more. And my issue is, if Pep gets Kane and Grealish, is Lukaku enough of a nuke to stop him from doing so? I don't know. It could be. It could be.
The issue with Lukaku is that he always did struggle to score against the in quote top teams.
Yeah,
you know,
that's the issue.
Champions League.
Chelsea need a big game player, man.
He came clutch against PSG. That was nice, but outside of that, like
Buffon messed up. Man. I blame that on
Buffon did mess up, but he still got to put it away. So he does do that, and so give him credit for that. But Lukaku will do is that he will cause problems against the in quote smaller teams, and that's the majority of the league. So those games last season where you were losing to Wolves, drawing to Brighton, lost to Southampton, all the rest of it, I think that's where Lukaku is going to like tease you over, and then that's going to be useful. But if you expect him to ball against City, against Liverpool, it might be a bit
against
tricky.
United. Varane, Maguire, the world-class centre-back Perry.
We don't know.
Red Devil, Varane. You've got a World Cup winner.
You can't cause problems. You've got a few World Cup winners.
Actually, has he signed yet? Has Varane signed yet?
They're gonna. I think announce he's. What's the thing? His visa. There's been a visa issue, so he's got his flight thing. So that's the reason. So be official this week.
So basically, it could still fall through.
Potentially, it could still fall through, but it most likely it'll be okay. It'll be all right. So I mean, the most important thing as Chelsea is that you need to sign that. You need to sign that striker, and if that striker is Lukaku, then
no. You see, whatever. Beggars can't be choosers. People know of the pain and agony that Timo Werner has put me through. And it annoys me when Chelsea fans, these thick-headed Chelsea fans, want to now try and make excuses for Timo Werner. Say, oh, do you know how many goal contributions he had? I was like, you stupid, you thickos.
Would you be surprised, though, if Tuchel does start? I mean, I still have my thing on Tuchel's German bias. I'm sorry.
Oh, I think he buys Lukaku and still starts Werner over Lukaku.
I'm saying he somehow fits Werner into this team and Lukaku, and then maybe they alternate also. I don't know.
He wouldn't dare.
He did, but I don't know.
But here's the thing, though.
German element,
Tuchel, if you're listening, swap. Do a swap deal. You see, if you want to say, Inter, all right, we don't want to screw you over so bad. I'm sorry, we'll gladly take Lukaku because he obviously wants to leave, which is a sad thing. But we're not going to give you Werner in exchange. Boom. But sorry, pause on that. My thing is, what's happening with the Inter is so sad. It is really sad because you won the league, amazing, breaking the whole 9 thing. Because I wasn't 10 years, you broke 9 years. You lose your manager, you lose Hakimi, and now to lose Lukaku after what he did. You see, I can understand this happening to like a Dortmund or a Monaco, but this is a team who won a treble in 2010. This is a team that actually has a bit of pedigree with numerous like Scudetto titles. The way in which they've just been totally rip-wrapped and scalancered in one freaking window is madness. So shout out to Mossab, King Darian, and Hakim. And I mean, it's sad because it's to a point now where Inter are now going to go back to probably finishing 5th, 6th, or 7th because I don't think they can finish top 3, top 4 if they lose Lukaku.
Well, they're going to be in the Champions. It'll be interesting to see because I think what the CL draw is. I think 2 weeks away from now. It'll be interesting. So it's going to be very interesting. So Inter obviously in pot one because they won. So they're going to be a group that I think people will potentially want to be in because they're going to be in pot one. So if you're in pot two, because if I recall, Chelsea are Chelsea in pot one because
leave Chelsea alone. Okay, so Thursday, 26th of August. 26th of August.
So, essentially, what I'm saying is that I think there'll be a lot of teams that will be happy to be drawn against Inter from the pot one group, and would rather avoid them, than other teams that are in the pot one group, like Bayern Munich, for example, or Manchester City, and so on. So, yeah, it's sad. It's sad for Inter. It really is. I wonder if this means that AC Milan actually might end up finishing above Inter Milan this season.
Oh, no, most likely. No, if Inter lose Lukaku, Milan will finish above Inter. Because Inzaghi, he's an alright coach. He's not the greatest coach. But if they lose Lukaku, you're losing too many guys. You're losing too many guys. I doubt that those guys will even get top four. So Mr. Abracadabra says, "What did I miss? Thank you. Ings over Lukaku. Abracadabra, you're smoking crack. You're smoking crack. As I told you, if Chelsea announced Ings, I'm going straight to Marina's office to fight. I'm going straight to Marina's office. I'm still unhappy that Chelsea did not manage to pay the fee for Haaland. But again, when you think about the Haaland thing, it would have been too expensive. I think you have to pay him, his father, his dog, his mistress, his escorts, too many freaking guys, man.
My issue with Lukaku at Chelsea is going to be who's actually, because the thing with Lukaku, the thing is actually creating chances. Lukaku needs ball to feet. He's not like a Cavani that can create his own space in terms
of how much of Inter did you watch last season?
I watched not a massive man, I must confess, but not
bro. I'll be real with you. Lukaku is a kind of guy that isn't just ball to feet. Bro, he got double figures in goals and assists, so he does a lot of work outside of the box. His footballing for fundamentals has done also. He can create his own goal, not to the same extent of other guys. Basically, not to the same extent as a Benzema or a Cannibal Suarez, but.
I don't disagree with that, but I just think that the Premier League will be a slightly different and has been a slightly different kettle of fish. And I just think that, and that's not specifically even that's any striker. Most strikers I know in the Premier League right now, they need, Aguero, Kane, Cavani, those. They need players more often than not around them to be able to create, to look for them and to create chances for them because of how often so many teams are so compact. Putting them in the law, that's more often than not, that's the reason. It's we're compact, we're not going to let you score, so you need creative players to find you so you can actually actually score and create something. And my thing with Chelsea is that I don't see where, I mean, okay, Havertz possibly, maybe Werner, but essentially what I'm saying is I actually think that Chelsea need another creative player. They need someone like that, if Chelsea had signed Grealish and Lukaku or Grealish and Kane, I'd be oh my goodness, I'm concerned now because you've got a creator and you've got a striker. So Treble.
Wait, easy. You don't believe in Mason Mount, little Mount?
Mount isn't really a creator though, is he? He's more of a. We'll see. More like a.
Be respectful to UCL win and be respectful.
He's more like a defensive number 10. If that makes any sense. So someone who works really hard and keeps your shape well and it makes you organized, but isn't necessarily someone that will really break down a defense, especially against low opposition. So that would be my issue with Lukaku, I think.
All right, final topic here, man. It's good that we have a doctor with us here. Eriksen, man.
Yes,
he's made his return to training. For the first time ever since obviously the very unfortunate episode. Obviously where he had a heart attack and so forth. And Inter said that all signs say that he's looking good and so forth. Here's my thing. Obviously, I'm gonna give a non experts, brick-like, man from the road view on this whole thing. I think for Eriksen, he definitely, because I don't know what he's feeling inside, but you got away with it. You got away with it because who knows how it could have ended? Who knows how it could have ended? And obviously, because I think they said that Delaney, the other Danish player, also has like a pacemaker or like a device in his heart as well. So for Eriksen, if let's say you, the medical advisor, and so I say, cool, you're cool, you're this or so forth, you've passed all the tests and so forth, you can now go back and say what's up. It's fine, but just that there is always that fear of like, man, what if it happens again? Because again, like Mwamba, once it happened, he was gone. But the difference with Mwamba is probably the expert said to Mwamba that, it's not advisable for you to go back here. But if the experts have said to Eriksen, okay, we feel you're good, you can go back. But even if they did, so if I was in Eriksen's view and the expert said, you can go back, I would still be so fearful and so apprehensive based on what happened. I'd be like, you see, this is different from, let's say, if someone breaks their leg or so forth, because like, even if that is a horrific, unfortunate thing, people can sort of get over that and say, well, that's just an anomaly. This is like a life and death thing, So I just don't, because my thing is I don't even know what kind of player Eriksen will be, because I told you the mind is so important with regards to how you perform and so forth. So from your point of view as a medical expert, if let's say the experts have told that you're fine, would you first of all advise Eriksen to go back? And do you actually see Eriksen coming back on form, playing for the senior team and everything for Denmark and Inter Milan?
So from what I've read, it appears that he was fitted with an internal pacemaker and defibrillator. They're kind of like different like types of just that do different things. I'm not a cardiologist, but like I get the general principle. So essentially, if his heart was ever to go into and like a wrong, like irregular rhythm, the defibrillator would basically come into effect and like basically just shock him, but like internally. So rather than externally, because obviously on the field, external is getting external defibrillation, it would actually be like internal. So that it would sort of do that automatically inside. So that's at least the mechanism behind it. If the question is kind of like, should he go back or not? I think fundamentally that obviously will come with him, with his consultation with doctors. So because like with anything, there is always a risk, there is no risk-free treatment, and there's always going to be a chance that he might arrest and the defibrillator thing doesn't work, doesn't kick in, etc. Like he would have had a consultation and it would have been explained, and these things would have been explained to him. But at the end of the day, like it's his body, his choice type of thing. You know what I mean? So, and I think that with a lot of these things, like with Inter and stuff like that, a lot of these people say, listen, what does your doctor say? What's the agreement? And if you're happy to take the risk, and if you're happy to, as long as you signed and informed us that, like, yeah, this is what it is, then and we're not liable. That's the key thing, really. Like when, we're not going to be liable if something does happen to you.
Oh yeah.
Then, yeah, you can play, you can continue. We'll obviously monitor you. We obviously have regular checkups every year, etc., to make sure things are going okay. On top of that, obviously technology, even at the time, because I think Patrice Moramba's thing happened, what was it? Was it mid 2000s, if I recall? Or early 2010? I can't remember.
Might have been, I think early 2010, early 2010. I don't think it was that far back.
Yeah, so even that's still, what, 10, 11 years ago. And like, actually, technology even in that area has like improved dramatically in terms of what we can see and detect and stuff like that as well, so what was almost like a life sentence then is not necessarily the same now. So yeah, fundamentally, like, he's a human being. He would have been talked through the risks of the procedure, and obviously going forward the risk for his mortality, and presumably he's happy to accept those risks and keep on playing football.
Yeah, look, I said, look, I mean, he's a good player. he's a really good player. And when you look at what has happened to Inter Milan, they actually do need him. Like if Inter are going to lose Hakimi and Lukaku, it's a very difficult situation they're in, but they need all the good players that they could get. And Lukaku had like a rough start to his Inter career, but like I think towards the end, he actually began to actually become really, really good and really help them. So it's just one of those things of how much is this going to affect him? Of the key thing is, what is his mind state? Because a big thing about sports is where your mind is at, how focused you are, where you are psychologically and so forth. So because what you want is a player who is really fully committed. So I don't know how much that episode of You Almost Died, how that has affected him, and just him like waking up and saying, bro, you know what? You were like dead for like a few minutes and so forth. So because I would have thought that it would have been something where he'd be like, nah, man, I'm out. Let me just, I've made enough money. Let me just call out and so forth. Or it could just be a case of where like, bro, man, I want to play. As long if you stay, I'm fine and so forth. Cool. I touch wood, blah, blah. I'm all good. Let me get back in on it, man. So, but look, as I said again, I think if the authorities and so forth have fitted him with the right thing, man, I suppose it should all be good, man. So let's just get some of these things in here. So from Dungu Kamal, thank you for the dub. Dungu Kamal, thank you for the dub. So Dungu says, I think the difference is that with Chelsea, the current manager likes you. Oh, I think the difference is that with Chelsea is if the current manager likes you. Look, as I said again, Lampard was the Antichrist. Like, it was a tyrannical reign. And it was a horrible, horrible moment. And you now saw that Lampard didn't give a crap about Jorginho, And because he didn't care about Jorginho was frozen out. And it also was happening with Kovacic and Kante. And I now saw Jorginho, who was key for Chelsea and huge for Italy at the Euros. So...
But he brought Mason Mount, though, HH, who has an assist in the Champions League final. Without that assist, what happens?
Look, shout out to Mason Mount. Shout out to Mason Mount. Shout out to Lionel Messi and so forth. But, bro, that pass was as wide as the freaking Grand Canyon, man. Anybody could have made that freaking pass.
I know. But has Hazard made that assist in the Champions League final?
Walk up semi. He balled it in a walk. He balled against World Cup champions. So, but my thing though is that if Tuchel, that's the thing. If Tuchel has come out and said that I want Lukaku specifically, because I want him. So this isn't a club signing. The messed up thing about the whole Lampard reign was the signings were not a group signing. So for that signing, that Lampard had were club signings. I told you this guy wants Tartakovsky and this. Basically, he wanted a whole bunch of Ben Whites. That's what Lampard wanted. He wanted to recruit a New England team. So Werner, Havertz were not Lampard signings. Those are club signings. So what you hope is that for Tuchel, I want Lukaku. And I do believe that Lukaku is a Tuchel signing. I would hope so. But at the same time, I do believe that Tuchel's priority 1,000% would have been Haaland.
Well, we'll see. If he ends up playing Werner instead of Lukaku, everyone will start raising their eyebrows and go, this
was obviously a club signing.
This is a club signing and not a... I would be surprised if he did, but then...
Something tells me it might be a club signing.
The German
Tuchel wanted Haaland, and they'd be like, bro, we did a striker. And he's like, okay, look, cool. I don't expressly want him, but he's a good striker. All right. That's fine. So I think for Chelsea, the top target we can't get is Haaland. What's the next best thing? The next best thing right now is Lukaku because he was one of the best strikers in the world last season.
Is it Lukaku or is it Kane? What would have been the next best? Lukaku or Kane?
Has Kane won any trophies?
That's not the question, though.
Oh no! But that's my answer.
Is that your so?
Yeah, that's my answer.
Your answer is that Lukaku was this. So saying it would have been like Haaland, Lukaku, and then Kane.
Let's see what Kane does when it goes to Man City. Empty.
You just say that could be.
Empty says HH Ings is gone. Calvert-Lewin is still there. Guys, let me remind you people of who MT is. MT is a Man City fan, and he's a guy who still believes that De Bruyne is better than Pogba. De Bruyne, a guy with 0 World Cups, 0 Euro trophies, and 0 goals in World Cup finals. MT is like Natsa. They are suffering City fans who watched their Lord and Savior Pep Guardiola completely and totally break it against the great Chelsea Football Club and allowed the German Kaka, the guy who has already surpassed Kaka who is overrated and screwed up a 3-0 lead in a CL final. It's jealousy. MC, I'm sorry. MC, don't attack me. Attack Pep. I know we beat that ass. I know we dominated you. I know we beat the crap out of you. I know that we did dud. I know that you were the overwhelming favorites and we beat the crap out of you with a manager who came in halfway through the freaking season and so forth. So it was an embarrassing defeat, an absolutely disgraceful, embarrassing defeat. But it is what it is. It happens in football. Empty happens in football. See, empty. What I would advise is come over to the Blues. We've got space. We've got caviar. We've got the drinks are free. The drinks are free. Come up to boys because see, empty. We're popping off. See, empty. We pop off next Wednesday. We pop off next week against Villarreal, and we're hoping to secure that Super Cup because it could be the first of our Infinity Stones. So, empty. Tune in next Wednesday. We're going to have a ball. Drinks are free. The drinks are free. Red Devil. Why don't you come over to the Blues? Why not?
It's a simple answer, really.
Don't use race. Don't use race.
No, it's not race. It's not race. It's not race.
Good. Thank you.
It's a simple answer, really. Where is Chelsea's treble?
Dud. Our dud is a treble. Our dud is a treble.
That is all.
Our dud is a treble. No, our dud is a treble.
Where is Chelsea?
What's a greater achievement? What's a greater achievement?
That is all really just
a treble or dud. What's a greater achievement? Dud or treble?
A treble because it's tangible. It's like you won everything in football.
But what do people respect more? Dud.
A treble. That's what people respect the treble because there's only certain teams, certain clubs. I told you, there's a treble club. There's a treble club. Bayern's part of it. Barca's part of it. Ajax are part of it. United's a part of it. Chelsea are not part of it.
Trebles are not that. Trebles are overrated.
You've got a nice. Who
rates the FA Cup? Who in 2021? Who rates the FA Cup in 2021? So how great is the treble really?
So where is it then? Where is your treble?
Because Chelsea are concerned about winning the Champions League. Our focus is the UCL. It's the UCL, Premier League, then whatever comes afterwards.
Okay.
UCL,
so
League, and everything else.
If that's easy, where is it? That's all I say. If it's that easy, if that's irrelevant, you should be able to deliver. If a big club of a big status should be able to deliver it.
If it's irrelevant, why are we wasting our time there? We go for the big boy trophies.
Exactly.
Red Devil, when last did you win the Champions League?
Sorry, say that again.
When last did you win the Champions League?
Is this a continuation of the "Where's your treble" question, or
because the
answer is
do you realize that Chelsea have won 2 CLs?
Okay. The answer is still
in
zero.
In Chelsea's 2 CLs, United have not won a CL while Chelsea have won 2 CLs in the same time frame. Do you realize that? I think the last time you won it was 08. 08. Okay. Red Devil, how could you still be a fan of a club who not won a UCL since 08?
Just out of curiosity, in 08, who did we win? Who did we beat? Can you remind me? You cheated. Guys in chat.
You cheated.
Who did United win?
Can I ask another question? Chat, can I ask another question? Chat, in that 08 final, was it 11v11? Is it a real win if you're playing against 10 men? I don't think it is. I don't think it is.
It kind of is. Let's
No. Was it? It was 11v11. So it wasn't a fair game. You had a one-man advantage. So how fair is that win?
Yeah,
if it's not 11v11, I can't acknowledge that victory. It wasn't 11v11. It wasn't 11v11.
It's unfortunately
Doesn't count.
the reason why. So
doesn't count.
But regardless, it still doesn't change the fact that like that wasn't the Sea of Honor where we got the treble. 9-7, that was 11-on-11, and we got the treble there. Once again, Chelsea do not have one. So that's what it is. That's what I'm saying. I would support. I would support. The answer to the question. Your question was, would you support Chelsea in the Blues?
But
I said,
Red Devil.
But
you're talking about something that happened in 1999.
Yeah, and I was there. I was alive in 1999. I watched it in 1999. I was like, "Whoa, this is something."
Come on, Red Devil. That's too long ago, bro.
Will any club, will any team?
So no. Wait. Let's get it straight. You're talking about something that happened in the previous century.
Yeah.
No. Chat. Think about this. Red Devil is championing something that happened in the previous century.
And has it been repeated? That's the key. Has it been repeated by any English club? It is not.
This is a great dub.
So that's dud.
This is a great super chat dub. Detroit Rock City, I want to thank you for this amazing super chat dub. So Red Devil, are you listening? Are you listening?
I'm listening.
I'm going to read this very slowly. So Detroit Rock City, thank you for this super chat dub. So Detroit Rock City says, for my agenda, I want Lukaku to ball out. Okay. Hashtag Manu sucks. Can I read that one last time? One last time, because I think there was a bit of muffling there. So let me read one last time. So Detroit Rock City, who's a Bayern fan, quality dub. He says, for my agenda, I want Lukaku to ball out. Detroit, thank you. Again, black people stick together. Dark skin.
I would Lukaku.
Let me finish. Hashtag Manu sucks. Do you know what it means for a Bayern fan to say that your club sucks? You know what that means?
I respect. I don't.
No.
Because Bayern are part of the treble club.
Do you know what that means?
So you can't say
no.
Bayern are part of the treble. Bayern are part of the treble club, bro. Like,
okay. How many trebles have you allegedly won? How many?
We've got one treble, not allegedly.
How many trebles have Bayern won?
The question was how many trebles have Chelsea won?
Can you answer? Life check.
That was the question.
This is about Chelsea. Wait, Red Devil will give you your filthy, stinking treble. Do you know how glad I will be if we?
Oh man!
Do you know how happy I'll be if we give you our filthy, stinking treble? Which I think is stupid and but that's fine because I should be telling you about the UCL. But fair enough. No, Bayern have 2 trebles, which means they're not in the same club as you. You're in the same club as Inter. Bayern are in the same club as Barcelona. Multiple trebles. So a guy, wait, let me not. A guy who's won multiple trebles says you suck. Do you know what that means? It means that he obviously doesn't recognize your treble. Because if a guy with more trebles says your club sucks, that means it negates the treble that you won.
You know what's important?
Simple math.
What's important here, is that the Bayern fan is acknowledging that. The thing is, the Bayern fan is acknowledging that United have a treble, even though the treble is superior.
He never said that in his job. All he said was Manu sucks. All he said was Manu sucks.
The problem with the likes of Chelsea, is that there is no trouble to acknowledge in the first place. It's like it's not in a competition. It's like a person. Like, let's say, for example, you meet this you got this really hot chick is walking around. And she acknowledges the guy that has abs at 6 foot, etc. And then the next one is a guy, so maybe he doesn't have abs, but he's got some good arms. And then basically, if she ignores the guy who basically is is a nerd and is a beast. That's basically Chelsea. Chelsea, the kind of the nerd that's a beast that don't really have that substance to be able to attract that top quality girl. United, they might not be at the Bayern level in terms of trebles, but they've got something going for them. You know what I mean? So you need to get into that attractiveness category and not stay as
Red Devil. We are that chick that everybody wants, but they know they can't have. So we're that chick that everybody is jealous of because we are smoking hot, both visually and we've got the personality to match. We are wife material. People want to wife us. And the thing about this is this. Red Devil, the jealousy that I see from people on the street and so forth, it's horrible. Like, Red Devil, I'm sorry. I think, you know what? I can understand. We angered a lot of people. We were supposed to lose. We were supposed to lose. Natsa, MT, all you City fans, Patrick as well. We were supposed to lose. But I'm sorry, we didn't. We beat the crap out of Man City. We embarrassed them. It was it's the worst tactical beatdown I've ever seen in a UCL final. Based off of an underdog. An underdog has never manhandled a favorite like that in a UCL final. Never. Name me one UCL final where an underdog manhandled a favorite. Name me one. Oh, wait. Name me a UCL final where an underdog manhandled a favorite the way that Chelsea did. Oh, wait. Live chats. Tell me. Tell me a UCL final where an underdog manhandled City the way that Chelsea did. Tell me. There isn't one.
And the way that did you really manhandle Chelsea? Kind of like you scored a goal in the first
tactics,
and then put 11 men behind the ball for the rest of the game. It's not really manhandled. You just kind of like were difficult to break down for the rest of the game. But it's a CL. This is the thing. I acknowledge it. Like I acknowledge Chelsea's CL. This is the thing. Like I never said I don't acknowledge the 2 CLs you have. What I did say, because remember the original question was, come to the Blues, come to Chelsea, and all I did was address that by saying, I'd love to come to Chelsea, I accept it, but at the end of the day, you got no treble, I'll stay where I am. It's as simple as that, bro.
Why is a treble such a big deal? Can you tell me why is a treble such a big deal?
A treble's it's like
don't put very in there. Don't put very in there.
The thing is, bro, like you don't know because you never experienced it.
Oh,
you never experienced the love.
Guys, can you hear this nonsense this guy is saying, man?
When you experience it, you'll know. And I know it because you'll say hashtag triples minimum, hashtag quadruple. You know
what? I'm going to disown you from all Nigerianness, and so I think the jollof has gotten too much to your head. That's why you start speaking all this nonsense now.
Plantain about it. It's a great plantain actually. The plantain's been good actually.
Actually, what's it called? I'm probably gonna have some pounded yam tomorrow because because what's it called? I still have some egusi in the freezer, and I got yam flour from the Ghanaian shop. But pounded yam is hard to make, bro. Yeah. Like literally, it's the arm work it takes. It's hard, bro. It takes. That's why you have to just get hours out in your day and refocus on doing it. But I think I'm gonna have it tomorrow, man. I'm gonna have it tomorrow.
Yeah, man. You know? It's just. Oh, see. Put up Mo's comment. Why? What
the hell is Mo? No, he's a United fan.
Yeah. Once you go, exactly. It's the same. You know. Like we know what that's insinuating, you know what I mean? It's the same kind of thing, you know. Like
you mean like white women and black men?
You can't go back from that. And it's like you just that's why even if United go win a Champions League, it's like if we win a Champions League, it'll be great, but it's not the same as winning a treble. Like that's what it is. That's why Chelsea, because you not experienced it. You're like, oh yeah, we won the Champions League, if United done that, we'd be excited, we'd be happy as well, but we'd be like, but it's not the treble though. It's not as good as the treble was, and it's just a different feeling. When you experience it, you'll understand.
No. To make Pandiem, it's easy. To make Pandiem well, properly, takes time. To make it well, where it's the right texture and so forth, it takes time, bro. It takes time. It takes time. Oh well. So from YSK Jackson says, HH Fabrizio, here we go. Teams to Chelsea done.
Yeah. Wait, let me check.
Is that done? Wait, let me see.
Is it done?
Yeah. Or is it just YSK normally just says bullshit, so I wouldn't be surprised if it's bullshitting.
The only thing I've seen so far is the Jack Grealish, here we go.
Yeah. Varane updates. He's ready to fly to Manchester today. The visa issue is finally to be resolved in the next few hours. Original plan was to fly earlier this week. Now quarantine, medical, and official announcement. Wait, let me pull that up.
He's not going to be ready for the start of the season, I would imagine.
Oh,
the only last Lukaku is the 2-hour one where it says he's talking about Thomas Tuchel. Romelu Lukaku is a fantastic player, but he's not in my squad. Then on Lukaku accepting Chelsea proposal, everyone wants to join my squad. I can imagine a lot of players want to come and join Chelsea. So that's about it from Thomas Tuchel.
Yeah, he's ready to fly to Manchester today. The visa is trying to result in the next few hours. Original plan was to fly earlier this week. Now, quarantine, medical, and then official announcement.
Jeez, Inter Milan Ultras. I've just seen the banner. They're like banner from Inter Ultras at club headquarters. Board, pay attention. Promises should be kept. So it sounds like
Oh no, they're not happy, man.
They're not happy. They want him to be kept. It's yeah. I mean, to be honest, I don't know, because it's not like if I was the Inter board, you got to be like, come on, we got to like put a stance to it because it doesn't sound like Lukaku. If the Inter board said no, you're not leaving in the summer, like Dortmund are with Haaland, that Lukaku is going to put in a transfer request. He's not going to be like, right. I don't get the impression he's going to force a move. But if they're happy to accept the bid, then obviously he would move. He'd be happy to. So I just don't get why they don't just be like, you know what? No, you're staying for another year at least. But
I'm just looking at what this guy is saying. So Romero is already, so that's already confirmed.
So Romera's going to Spurs, not Barcelona, unfortunately.
So what's it called? Obviously, like, so me and Red Devil, we're actually trying to walk in a way of getting Fabrizio Romano on our channels. But Red Devil, I said to the guys that I don't want to reveal how much this guy is charging.
Yeah, man.
Basically, because I see this guy around in a lot of places, and I see him in places multiple times. And if what Red Devil said is true, and that's how much he's charging, this guy is making cash, man.
Yeah.
This guy's making cash.
Balling. But at the same time, I'm like, if you've got to hustle, you've got to hustle, man. Like, I don't hate the guy for it. Like, it's like, and if you bring in the clout as well, because you get Fabrizio on your channel and stuff, then suddenly, like, you know, it opens possibilities, you know. So,
so let's say from Suleiman, who says, HH Havertz over Kaka. What are you smoking? Look, how good was Kaka really? And my thing is, Havertz is really just starting. Okay, put it this way: has Kaka ever scored a Champions League winning goal in a final? Crickets. Oh, wow, interesting. So I'll say it again. Has Kaka ever scored a Champions League winning goal in a CL final?
Has Hazard though? Has Hazard though?
World Cup semi.
No, the question you said was has he scored in a CL final?
Has he scored in a European final? He said has he scored in a European final?
No.
I think twice. He scored twice against Arsenal.
The question you said specifically was a CL
European final. A European final. Yes, he scored 2 goals in the European final that gave Chelsea the victory over us. I think it was 4-1. I think he scored 2 Gs and had an assist.
I just don't remember that being a CL.
So Red Devil. I said he has. Yeah. Red Devil. I'm answering your question. He scored 2 goals in the European final.
Yeah. Ronaldo also scored a goal in a European final as well. So, but that was a Champions League one. So presumably Ronaldo was also better than Hazard in that.
You know, like I say again, 2 goals and an assist. I think man of the match was single-handed to destroy the whole team, and they were the underdogs. From
they were not the underdogs, but
yes, they were. From LSK Laxon says, HH Dodd is a treble because Dodd consists of 3 letters. LSK Jackson.
Shout out.
What's
LSK.
kind of wait?
Shout out LSK, man.
Are all United fans this thick-headed or something?
This.
Dodd stands for degree of difficulty. How difficult is it to win an FA Cup?
How difficult? So the simple question is that if it's so easy to do, why hasn't any other English team done it?
Because I can't speak for any other English team because Chelsea never have it as a priority. Okay, Red Devil, do you want a treble? I'll give you a treble.
It's not priority. Hold on. It's not priority. So can you give me? Okay, so let's put a treble aside. Let's even get rid of the FA Cup. Have Chelsea ever won a Premier League and Champions League double?
right, you're coming up with all.
Sorry.
Caught up with all this nonsense stuff, man.
Oh man, I'm
Look,
just
look, man, you're sad, man.
saying,
You're really
I'm just
sad.
saying.
You're sad. You're sad. Look,
What?
you're sad, man. MT says that I'd rather go to a Siberian prison than join Chelsea. MC, no, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. MC, just coming and try to Chelsea. Whoa. Hold on. Natsa, don't you dare laugh at his freaking joke, Natsa. Don't let me start with your freaking club. Natsa, don't you dare laugh at his freaking joke. Natsa, don't you dare laugh at his joke because Natsa, I can get at your club. So relax, bro. Relax. MC, join. MC, your club is trash. Your club is trash. You have no history. You have no UCLs. Join the UCL club. It's very simple. What's your boy? Your boy Gatlock says, HH, just acknowledge that Barca have 2 trebles, 09 and 2015. No. I'm sorry, no.
Yeah.
No, they don't. No, Red Devil, you can't cheat and expect to accept. They categorically cheated in that semi. It is the worst robbery in football history. I will never live that down. That game was a crime and a farce. Chelsea would have beaten Barcelona without a thingy and guaranteed Red Devil, Chelsea would have beaten you guys. Revenge.
No,
we have beaten you.
Chelsea would have been United. And
yes, they would have.
Robin, your GOAT, missed the penalty in a final. If he scored the penalty, Chelsea wouldn't have had that CL. So, I blame Robin, your GOAT, for handing Chelsea the first.
Red Devil, do you know? Wait, Red Devil, do you know what? Do you know what vengeance means? Do you know what revenge means? We were on a mission for vengeance and revenge of 08. You can't beat vengeance and revenge. So, based off of our desire, well, it was a bit an easy 2-0, 3-0 Dublin final. But UEFA, they knew it. UEFA didn't want Chelsea and United final 2 years in a row. So the referee was paid and they screwed them over. I'm never recognizing that 09 treble. Never. 2015, 100%. That's actually one of the best trebles ever. Like, that is one of the most dominating trebles ever. Because we were going to have another Sunday debate where what is the best treble? That's going to be a great one. We're going to have
a very good debate.
That's a great debate.
You know which team isn't going to be there? Chelsea Football Club. Just put, just so you're aware of that. Like when you go and Google like teams that won trebles, just Chelsea Football Club just aren't in that conversation. It just is what it is, isn't it? So, but continue. Continue.
Actually, you know what? We should do a thing of like who's won a UCL.
We could also do
10 years.
If you want to.
So, who are the best UCL winners in the last 10 years?
If a treble is
United. 2012.
If a treble is too complicated, we could do domestic doubles as well. If that's why expanding,
Red Devil, you're talking
Premier League and Champions League. We do that.
You see, before we be close, because I'm not going to close with you saying all this crap. Live chats. Do you realize that Red Devil is talking about a club who not won a trophy in what? Is it like 5 years now? Live chat. Look, you're talking about a club who've not won a trophy in 5 years. So all this stuff talking about the doubles and so forth. This happened like 50 years ago when we had like black and white televisions. Red Devil.
Okay.
What? Okay. You know what? What have you done in the last 3 years? Chats. Please tell me, what have United done in the last 3 years? I'll wait.
Okay.
What? Okay. Red Devil, speak up. Red Devil, speak up. I can't hear you.
I'm speaking. The problem is, HH, is that like what's difficult to understand, accept is that when you say these things like it's easy, like what we need to understand as United fans is that like certain clubs are able to win Premier League titles alongside Champions League titles, and certain clubs are not able to do that. That's the difficulty. So,
okay, Random, can I ask you? Can I just say a simple question? So can you tell me
because the thing is,
it's a simple question.
The problem is you haven't answered my question, so that's the problem. You answer me, ask me questions. You don't answer my question.
Okay. What's your stupid question?
Which was when like have Chelsea won like a league title and Champions League double. Because the
we're going to.
Have they done that?
Can I answer the question? We are going to. We're about to.
Okay, so
that's the question.
To answer your question, we're also going to.
Oh no!
We're doing that. So, that's basically
it.
So shout out to it.
Let me guess. I know, so I'm starving, man. I need to eat some food. Let me get this first dose because I'm starving. So from your boy Latin Lozario, who supports Lovensos United with that good dude called Cristiano Ronaldo, who's not scored any goals in any World Cup knockouts games, and who was given a career internationally by a dude called Eder. Latin Lozario says, don't get distracted by the fact that Mbappe flopped.
I think he said Mbappe flopped.
Facts.
Mbappe flopped.
See, Latin, you forgot to add that only 2 teenagers have scored in a World Cup final. Pele is one. What's the other one? So, guys, this is a thing. So, live chat trivia. Who is the only other teenager to score in a World Cup final? The first is Pele. Who is the second one? Live chat, tell me. Who is the second only teenager to score in a World Cup final? There have only been 2 teenagers, 2 in the history of the game who have scored in a. Who is the other one? So, I'm sorry. He's done more than your so-called goats. I'm sorry, guys. I know. Pace Papi, I know. He surpassed your goats. If he wins the UCL, it's finished. It's freaking done. I cannot. I know it won't happen, man. But Red Devil, if the guy just wins that UCL,
he's not going to UCL PSG. I'll put that there.
You see, that's the issue, man. Mbappe, you freaking moron. Can you please move to a freaking club?
If your mentor is going to be Neymar in that condition, I don't have much hope, if I'm perfectly honest. If Mbappe is looking at Neymar going, oh, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's not a bad look.
Look, kill. I'm going to call it kill. Yo, kill. Can you please move to Bayern? Move to a club that can guarantee a UCL. I need this for my narrative.
Yes, give him a nickname and jinx him. You've literally
Kylian Mbappe. Kylian Jeremiah.
Just jinx Mbappe.
Kylian Jeremiah Mbappe. Kylian Lothar. What's his middle name? Lothar. Kylian Lothar Mbappe. Kylian Lothar Mbappe the third. Can you please move to read it, please? Okay, I've called you by your full name. Kylian Lothar. Kylian Lothar.
We're gonna guys in the chat clip this segment where he gave Mbappe.
Gatlock, if you clip this, I'm gonna ban you from the thing. Gatlock, if you clip this, I'm gonna ban you from this whole thing. So please don't. From your boy Gatlock, who says, how hard is it to win an FA Cup? Arsenal and Leicester, bro.
That's true.
Oh, no. Respond.
I think that was to you. I think because
it was to you. No. You talk about how great the FA Cup is. You talk about a treble.
Comment. No, I think the comment was that you said I think the comment was regarding the fact that you said the FA Cup was easy. That it should be easy to win. So I think the comment was like, well, how come Chelsea couldn't win that as part of a treble? Is what I interpreted as.
Gatlock, what I interpret that as is that you think that the FA Cup ain't that great. It's not that important a trophy, which means that how important is a treble, really? There we go. And finally, from Detroit's Rock City, who says, LL, Chelsea is a second-tier club. One day you'll get there. Detroit's Rock City, your club lost to PSG. And right now we have your trophy. So your yesterday's news. Bayern Munich, you need to respect us and look up to us because we have the freaking trophy. We are your biological fathers.
But they do have 2 trebles, Bayern. To be fair, they do have 2 trebles. One of which
what trophy? Won. Okay, can I ask what trophy do they have in 2021? What trophy do they have?
Well, they've got their Bundesliga title. Obviously, they don't have a treble, but they have 2 trebles though.
So do they have a UCL trophy?
Not in 2021, of course not. They don't. But in 2021, do Chelsea have a treble? No, they do not. So
we don't treble.
It's the same thing, kind of. Like you have a UCL, but not a treble. So it's.
So, Zoc Marble says thoughts on Villa getting a striker before Chelsea. Zoc, it's not ideal, it's not superb, and Zoc, I've been shocked by the way that the UCL winners have been treated. I think it's disgusting that for a team who are the best club in the world, based off them being the Champions League winners, which is the greatest club, the greatest trophy you can win, I find it very insulting that we've not been able to secure a striker. So, boy, say Zoc, it's not about just getting any striker. It's about getting the right striker. Well done for Villa getting Danny Ings. We're going for the big boys. Messi still hasn't signed that new contract. So don't be surprised if Chelsea announced Messi. Look at how Villa announced Ings. Don't be surprised that you wake up one day, Chelsea on the Twitter thing, we are finalizing a deal for Lionel Messi for 2 years. Anything can happen. Anything can happen in this sports called football, man.
Oh, sorry. Quick question and change to the Bayern point. Just to round up, I can't remember what was the last. Just remind me when Chelsea played Bayern last. What was the score?
I know the Chelsea beat Man City 1-0 in the UCL final to win the UCL.
No, I mean Bayern Munich
1-0. I think Havertz scored the winning goal.
I mean
what?
Bayern Munich.
Wait. You asked me a question. Chelsea won.
When was the last time when you faced Bayern Munich? What was the score? Because you were custom Bayern.
All right.
When was the last time? What was the score?
I'll answer. So basically, so Mendy got the ball. Mendy gave the ball over to the chill did a little flick. Mount got it. Mount then threw the ball over to Havertz. Havertz then dribbled past Edison. Lovely thing, open net. And then afterwards, Chelsea just performed like a tactical masterclass. They locked down Man City. City hardly had any chances. So yeah, Havertz scored the winning goal. I mean, obviously that's what you went to. But I thought you knew this, the Red Devil.
The thing is, you're talking about another team. I'm talking about Bayern Munich, the team that you mentioned before with those words. You said Bayern Munich, Champions League. When was the last? So all I'm saying is that but you didn't face Bayern Munich with Lewandowski. And the last time you faced that Bayern Munich team, Lewandowski, what was the score? I don't recall. I can't remember.
I don't recall Chelsea ever facing Bayern.
The chat seems to say 7-1.
Their chats are losers. These guys are a bunch of losers. They don't know anything. So these guys are losers. Do you think I care what the streets say? Streets, screw you losers. We have the UCL. You bricks. So guys, remember Friday Q&A, Saturday hangouts. It's going to pop up. Hopefully by Saturday, Lukaku, Messi will be confirmed. So we'll be able to have some nice, beautiful things. Remember, Saturday, 10:30 p.m., 10:30 BST. Everybody's advised we're going to have a ball, party, food, drinks, very chilled out for the next 3, 4, 5 hours. We're just going to have a nice ball with loads and loads of topics, man. So guys, without further ado, and remember guys, Sunday, 10:30, the Sunday the debate is going to be Neymar. Sunday debate is going to be Neymar. Has Neymar failed as a player? That will be on Sunday at 10:30. So, guys, without further...
Have a brief shout out to my channel by any chance. Yes, okay, bro.
What is it?
Brief shout out to my channel, by the way, just for those who are watching, like Red Devil Studio.
Red Devil Studio. So I'll try and tweet out your link as well. So guys, remember, if you're a United fan or you're a football fan or so forth, man, head over to Red Devil Studio, man. I will try and tweet out the link to your channel, man. But yeah, really, give him a subscribe to his thing. Really good stuff, really quality things. So yeah, go over to Red Devil. So if you just type in Red Devil Studio, it comes up on YouTube.
Yeah.
So it's like the first way. So no one else is called Red Devil.
There is Red Devils Studio with an S, but just the actual word Red Devils. But that time has been dead for a while. But Red Devil Studio, like with no S, just Devil Studio, is fine. So, truthfully speaking, which is better, Red Devil Studio or Red Devils Studio? Which is the better channel? Keep it real. I mean, Red Devil Studio is just a compilation of clips, from football players, which is cool, but probably would be flagged by YouTube now from copyright issues and stuff like that.
Can I just address these clowns in the chat saying CCL, COVID Champions League? you do realize that you sad losers that bro, I know it's you. It says your freaking username. Cool. Who else could it be? Yes, I know it's you though. So you guys saying you do realize that the trophy was presented today in front of Tottenham. And you know that the trophy is real. So you can say CCL all you want. I'm sorry, you sad, pathetic losers. We are the Champions League winners. We won the Champions League. And it's so much so that based on just how hard it was to win it, I'm not acknowledging any other UCL winner other than Chelsea.
Did Core say he's going to start supporting Chelsea now? That's the rumours that I heard, that Core is going to start supporting Chelsea.
Core, get your filthy jinx presence away from Chelsea Football Club. You are not welcome here. Stay with Bayern Munich. Stay there. You are not welcome on any circumstances. So guys, I'll see you guys Friday for the Q&A at 10:30 p.m. Send in your guys. Remember, go to the website and send in your questions. Send in your questions for the Q&A this Saturday, man. We're going to pop off. Peace out. Stay true. One love. Peace.
Peace.